Balancing the one-to-one equation, equity and access in 3 laptop programs by the Equity and Excellence in Education Journal. This article studied the use of one-to-one computers in 3 school programs in Colorado, Alabama, and California. All 3 initiatives used a Chromebook type of device. They used open software, and all of them implemented this in grades 4 through 5. The idea of having more technology in the classroom can seem exciting, but we must ask ourselves the question, is it really increasing student learning? In 2003, a study was done that showed that there's actually been a weak correlation between computer usage and academic achievement. In some instances, there's been great success, but in others, there hasn't been. One of the issues with one-to-one computing is that technology can actually make the inequalities of disadvantaged students more pronounced. If disadvantaged students have no access to internet at home, or if their devices are broken or often mess up, then they are actually at a disadvantage, even a more disadvantage than they were without the technology. As with most things in education, one-to-one computing strategies can be implemented well or they can be done poorly. Most of the time, this is based upon the teacher. In the article, it discussed a science class where a PowerPoint presentation was graded based on fonts, sounds, and slide transitions. The authors pointed out, is this even content related? The answer is no, not really. Having teacher training is essential. You cannot implement a one-to-one computer program without training the teachers. They are the central piece of the puzzle. The importance of teachers cannot be understated. Technology will only work so well as the people who teach the students how to use it are prepared and have strategies in place to teach them. I believe that technology is amazing in education. It allows broader learning possibilities. It allows more individualized learning and individualized feedback from the teacher. It also allows access to incredible opportunities that students would otherwise not have. For instance, at my school, we have several students who are taking classes from Stanford. However, I believe that technology can also be a great inequality. If a student has a new laptop, Wi-Fi at home, and a phone with a Wi-Fi hotspot, they essentially have no boundaries to what they can do or when and how they can do it. A student, however, who has none of those things is at a great disadvantage. They can only work occasionally, and so their grades and their learning is going to be affected, and it's going to cause a great disparity. However, I think the way to solve the problem is technology. Technology can also be a great equalizer. We just need to put technology in the hands of our students in an appropriate way and teach our teachers how to use it well. In the article, the authors brought up several problems associated with one-to-one computing and also discussed solutions. The first and most obvious problem was device issues. The authors cited many reports of teachers using devices that were broken, students being frustrated because the Wi-Fi never worked, and those kinds of things. Most of the time, this was related to the fact that the school was attempting to save money. Everyone knows that schools don't have a lot of money, but if a school is going to implement a one-to-one program, they must invest all the way. You need to research and find good options that are high quality. Then there must be a test run with smaller samples of students before a wide implementation is committed to. You never know until you try computers out, and so you need to try it before you purchase for the whole school. In order for any profit to come from the devices, teachers have to buy in. This usually goes back to the original decision to purchase and implement. In the Alabama study, the schools were given laptops with only a 2-hour training on how to use them. The infrastructure did not work well, and the teachers felt unsure of how to implement them in the classroom. And so the equality was missing. The rich kids had their own computers at home and could figure it out. the poor kids were left with the crappy school computer. The solution here is simple. Before you implement a one-to-one program, you need to build teacher buy-in and enthusiasm. This is so important. As a rule, teachers don't respond well to new things being shoved on them. They usually do better with change if it comes in the culture of collaboration, training, and innovation. So training is essential. Another important thing to consider is purpose. Why are we buying all of these computers? If a school has no clear set purpose for the laptops, the use, and what is expected by the administration, it can be confusing for everyone involved. In the article, the programs that implemented the one-to-one program with a specific goal focused up the use of the computers, and the entire staff joined in the pursuit of the goal. One-to-one computing programs are wonderful, but they come with many challenges. However, with training and with lots of leadership, these one-to-one programs can be implemented well and effectively and increase student learning.